Mental discipline is not about control, it is about respect. Respect for your time, your energy, and your future. Without it, potential slowly fades. People who lack mental discipline often live in constant chaos. Their minds jump from thought to thought without direction. That confusion silently steals progress. Self-respect begins in the mind. When you train your thoughts, you protect your peace. And peace is the foundation of growth. His name was Zion. In school, he struggled to focus. Distractions controlled most of his day. He procrastinated constantly. Homework piled up, and deadlines loomed. Anxiety quietly grew inside him. Teachers called him careless. Friends teased him for being lazy. He started believing he wasn't capable. At home, expectations felt heavy. His parents didn't understand his struggle. Silence became his only shield. He wasted energy on scrolling, games, and meaningless distractions. Time passed without progress. Dreams felt distant. One night, he reflected quietly. Not anger, not guilt, just awareness. He realized change depended on him. Zion decided to take control. Not his circumstances, but his mind. Discipline had to start small. He began with one habit: waking up early. At first, it was difficult. Motivation faded, but he persisted. Each day, he added another habit: journaling, reading, planning. Small steps compounded slowly. His mental clarity improved. Decisions became easier. Anxiety had less control. He learned to say no. No to distractions. No to negative influences. Energy returned. Focus sharpened. Results slowly appeared. People noticed small changes. Teachers praised improvements quietly. Friends started respecting him differently. He still faced temptations. Games, social media, and excuses called him back. But now he resisted. Zion realized self-respect is mental. Discipline is proof of valuing yourself. Without it, life drifts. He stopped blaming circumstances. He accepted responsibility. That acceptance created freedom. Small failures happened. Missed deadlines, forgotten tasks. But they no longer destroyed him. Reflection replaced panic. Planning replaced chaos. Growth was intentional now. Zion built routines carefully. Every morning had purpose. Every night had reflection. He stopped reacting impulsively. Thoughtfulness replaced emotion. Clarity guided his actions. Distractions lost power over him. Focus became his new habit. Energy grew steadily. He noticed a change in relationships. People respected his calm decisions. Trust followed naturally. When challenges appeared, he stayed composed. Panic didn't hijack him. Solutions became visible. Old habits tried to return. Scrolling, delaying, excuses whispered. He ignored them. His grades improved quietly. Effort spoke louder than words. Recognition followed naturally. He started helping friends with focus. They noticed his consistency. They asked for advice. Self-respect became visible in behavior. He no longer settled for chaos. Discipline shaped his boundaries. Time management became effortless. Every hour had intention. Productivity increased naturally. He realized mental discipline is freedom. Free from stress, free from regret. Freedom empowered him. People still judged his early failures. He didn't mind. Their opinion didn't control him anymore. He learned that internal control outperforms external control. Calm minds navigate turbulence better. His parents noticed the transformation. Pride replaced frustration. Support grew stronger. He started small projects on the side. Planning, execution, reflection became routine. Growth compounded silently. Zion embraced solitude when needed. Alone time sharpened focus. Ideas turned into plans. Failures still came. Deadlines were missed. But panic never returned. Consistency mattered more than speed. Slow progress still beats chaotic rush. Patience built results. He became aware of energy. Where to spend, where to save. Mindful investment created exponential return. He stopped multitasking. Single focus produced clarity. Clarity produced results. Discipline was no longer painful. It became identity. Identity carried self-respect. He learned the value of saying no. No to distractions. No to unhealthy habits. Reflection replaced complaints. Planning replaced excuses. Progress became visible. His peers noticed his transformation. Curiosity replaced ridicule. They wanted to learn his approach. Zion realized self-discipline is proof of valuing yourself. Others' opinions cannot replace self-respect. He no longer feared failure. Each attempt taught lessons. Growth became inevitable. Small daily wins accumulated. Confidence quietly grew. Momentum became unstoppable. Zion learned to prioritize thoughts. Only useful thoughts stayed. Useless distractions faded naturally. He noticed mental clarity affected emotions. Calm thinking reduced frustration. Patience became second nature. He avoided negative influences consciously. Toxic energy could slow growth. Self-respect demanded boundaries. When challenges escalated, he remained steady. Panic could ruin even talent. Discipline protected his potential. He built systems for life. Planning, reflection, action became habits. Habits created reliability. People came to him for advice. Not for charisma, but for calm judgment. Respect was earned silently. He embraced failures as lessons. Each mistake was feedback. Feedback accelerated progress. Time management became precise. Hours felt abundant. Productivity surged. He realized self-respect is visible in actions, not in words. Consistency spoke louder than excuses. Old friends struggled to keep pace. They still reacted emotionally. Zion moved ahead steadily. He avoided instant gratification. Long-term gains mattered more. Patience produced results. He learned to meditate mentally. Focus sharpened daily. Awareness became a natural skill. Stress no longer controlled him. Pressure became an ally. Calm thinking multiplied efficiency. He saw peers burnt out often. Panic and chaos consumed them. Discipline preserved his energy. Zion became known for reliability. Deadlines were never missed. Trust grew exponentially. He stopped competing externally, Comparison wasted energy. Self-improvement became the goal. Opportunities came silently. Preparation met, timing perfectly. Luck favored the disciplined. He learned to control internal dialogue. Self-talk motivated and guided. Negative voices diminished. Reflection time became sacred. Decisions improved daily. Clarity became his strongest asset. He noticed emotions once ruled him. Now they informed, not controlled. Emotional intelligence grew. Distractions no longer dictated choices. Purpose directed attention. Attention produced outcomes. He observed patterns others missed. Calm observation revealed possibilities. Insight became action. People misjudged his quiet demeanor. Calmness seemed slow at first. Results proved otherwise. Consistency compounded silently. Every small habit added strength. Discipline became unstoppable. Zion understood that mental control is freedom. Freedom allows progress. Progress creates respect. He stopped blaming circumstances. Ownership replaced excuses. Accountability became empowering. His confidence was grounded. Not arrogance, but certainty. Certainty produced influence. He learned to avoid unnecessary arguments. Silence often solved more. Focus stayed intact. Patience turned small wins into major achievements. Waiting strategically outpaced impulsive actions. He stayed calm under praise. Humility balanced confidence. Balance attracted loyalty. Zion's journey inspired peers. Quiet influence surpassed loud speeches. Example mattered most. At the highest point of his journey, Zion's calmness defined him fully. It was no longer a habit. It was his identity. People recognized the change instantly. He faced major life challenges without panic. Decisions that once felt impossible were now clear. Clarity became his strongest tool. Opportunities arrived silently. Preparation met, timing perfectly. Success no longer felt accidental. He realized that self-respect begins in the mind. Mental discipline protects peace. Peace creates growth. Zion no longer reacted emotionally. Thoughts guided him. Actions followed strategy. Others burned energy on complaints. He invested energy in solutions. Focus moved him forward. He maintained boundaries firmly. Toxic influences could not penetrate. Self-respect demanded protection. When recognition came, he stayed grounded. Pride never led to arrogance. Humility balanced achievement. He understood that consistent effort outweighs sudden bursts. Momentum builds slowly, silently, surely. Failures no longer discouraged him. Each failure was data. Data informed smarter choices. He mastered time management completely. Every hour had purpose. Productivity scaled effortlessly. Stress became an ally. Pressure sharpened performance. Calm thinking accelerated results. People started seeking his guidance. Not for words, but for wisdom. Experience spoke louder than speech. He embraced solitude when necessary. Alone time strengthened clarity. Focus became unshakable. Zion avoided chasing external validation. Self-belief became his compass. Confidence replaced doubt. He used reflection to improve continuously. Awareness of thoughts guided actions. Improvement became habitual. Every decision was intentional. Randomness no longer dictated outcomes. Intentionality shaped his life. He avoided unnecessary competition. Internal growth mattered more. Comparison lost relevance. Mental discipline became his shield. It protected peace, focus, and energy. Energy created results. Zion realized calm minds act faster. Reaction speed depends on clarity, not urgency. Clarity compounds over time. Others rushed impulsively. They burned energy. Calm allowed sustained momentum. He learned patience multiplies value. Waiting strategically outperforms rushed attempts. Discipline rewarded persistence. Old doubts surfaced occasionally. Calmness handled them effortlessly. Confidence remained unshaken. He never needed to prove himself. Results validated his efforts. Actions replaced explanations. Trust followed naturally. People relied on him instinctively. Reliability created influence. He noticed patterns missed by others. Calm observation revealed opportunities. Insight produced action. Success arrived quietly, not with noise, but with respect. Respect cemented his position. He realized calmness compounds silently. Every habit reinforced growth. Every action built legacy. Zion inspired silently. People followed not for advice, but for example. Actions became the teacher. He understood the ultimate truth. Mental discipline is self-respect. Protect your mind. Protect your peace. And the life you build will honor that respect. Those who master their mind rise faster than those who chase noise. Calmness is not weakness. It is your most powerful advantage. Self-respect begins in thought and becomes unstoppable in action.